Hello and welcome to the weather update. It's almost 10 o'clock, the 18th of July, and another day with a lot of activity, showers and some thunderstorms, some heavy showers and thunderstorms actually going through our area. As you saw, I made an update earlier. Now things have quieted down, but we'll go over what happened earlier today. Before we go to anything else, we'll rewind the radar. And we'll rewind it to around 11 o'clock. And you can see a line forming in New Jersey of showers and thunderstorms. Moved across New York City, kind of broke up a little bit. And then once it got to 1 o'clock, it started re-strengthening again off the South Shore. Pretty heavy shower. And these had some pretty gusty downpours in them. Real tropical, heavy downpours in them coming across. And they weren't moving all that fast, too. 1:30, 2 o'clock. You can see it, and you can see as moving east, there was a flash flood warning issued for it. And then as it got to Suffolk County, it kind of weakened. But then there was some more showers popping up behind the initial line. So we had kind of a rainy afternoon in many parts of the area. And then it finally started improving as we got toward after 5 o'clock a little bit. But yeah, a pretty active day across the area. Let's look at the satellite, and we'll show you on satellite what it all looked like as well. And you can see here, see, there's all that activity popping up. The storms were that. I guess they weren't that really bright white, but it was definitely. Look at that. There's a line of smoke right there. You can see in that satellite image as well. So yeah, we're dealing with the smoke again. Of course, the AQI is not great out there, and we'll be probably dealing with air quality alerts. I'll show you what the sky looked like today. First of all, yeah, we had some of these anvils, some of these cirrus clouds around. You can see very hazy skies though. Extremely hazy, just really disgusting looking. And there was a thunderstorm off to the south here. This is Argyle Lake in Babylon. You can really barely see the cumulonimbus cloud. You can just about make it out because there's so much haze in the air. And then the sunset, this is what the sunset was like. And you can see there's that red, feeble sun setting right there. Another look at it. Yeah, really just disgusting air. Really crappy air quality today, just really not nice at all. Another look at it, and another look at it. Ugh, we got a lot of rain on the South Shore, so the lake is kind of overflowing here. You can see that, and then these clouds in the sky, which were kind of interesting. There was a thunderstorm, a shower off to the south of us, and you could barely see that anvil again. A lot of haze. You could see the red in the sun kind of reflecting off of that. And then there's another look at it again. Barely see it. The haze is just so bad today. The AQI has got to be terrible. Let's put up the AQI. I always forget bringing up. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. It says 51 moderate. Let's see what the map has here. We'll look at the map on the AQI. So generally speaking, mostly moderate, but to the west you can still see it's worse off to the west. Still see some triple-digit air qualities, but just very hazy. And the humidity, of course, very high as well on top of everything else. So looking at the weather map here, you can see the heat in the south continues. Severe weather in the Dakotas. And then look at this. We've got more flash flood warnings and flood watches all over the northeast. Once again, still continuing here. Looking at our interior northeast, but things have quieted down over our area. Farmingdale 73. You see that dew point is 72 up, and they're actually saying thunder. So this was a 9:45. They're saying thunder, which is interesting because there's nothing on the radar. Let's look at the radar here and see. There is nothing on the radar right now. There is nothing on the radar, so I don't know why it's saying that. But looking at Farmingdale, you can see the kind of day that we had today. Just very humid conditions, warm, and you can see the rain that occurred generally in the afternoon. It was a pretty rainy afternoon with those showers, and there was some thunder. There were a few claps of thunder with them. There were. Interesting, when the shower hit, it did drop the dew point down a little bit. Before it hit, it was 75, and then the dew point dropped a very little bit. So really just very humid today. It's disgusting out there, let me tell you. Let's look at the high temperatures today, and you'll see highs generally got to low 80s on Long Island, upper 80s in Jersey where they had a little more sun. Lows only in the 70s. And the precipitation, that's the one we're interested in. So let's go take a look at that. And we'll look at the 24-hour precipitation for Long Island because, again, some of these showers, it looks like in New Jersey, they picked up some of these areas, got another inch of rain out of these showers here. And look at that. Long Island to south shore of Nassau County, it seems to be gotten hit the hardest by those afternoon storms where we have over an inch in a lot of those areas. We'll look at ground and get some more information from there. Other than that, it was around a little, depending on where you were, west of Nassau, here in Mineola, maybe 3/4 of an inch, and then as you head east, much less as those storms kind of fizzled. But it was quite a downpour for sure. Let's go to the back to the highs here. I'll go back to high temperatures here. I want to put this on the map, and we'll just look at the country again. Show you the air mass that's off to our west. And you can see not really. It is cooler there. It is cooler, but you can see the heat extending up into New England, and it's the heat in the south. Again, 90s, and in this area here where the orange is, you got the heat advisory, and again, temperatures around 100 degrees is now stretching into Louisiana and Alabama with 90s. Hundreds in Texas still ongoing. Look at that, triple digits. 111 in, where was that 111 at? Mineral Wells. This is not South Texas. This is North Texas. It's going all the way up, too. See, all the way up into Oklahoma. You got 102 in Oklahoma City. This heat is really incredible in the West. It really is something to see, for sure. It's just very, very disturbing all around. So let's take a look at our statistics for it. Let's go to the Wonder Map here so we get a better look at our rainfall amounts for today. Get some more rainfall amounts, and you'll see here that the South Shore of Nassau really got some high amounts. See, some areas got over 2 inches in Long Beach, East Rockaway 2.12, 2.04 in Lynbrook, 2.72 in Rockville Center, or northeast part of Rockville Center. So that's a lot of rain. So that storm really just blew up over Nassau County. Even Hempstead, some sites in Hempstead reporting 2 inches. They're kind of all over the place depending on where you are. Mineola, I'm surprised it's not more than that considering how hard it rained here, but it's 0.67. And some parts of the North Shore also got over an inch. Oyster Bay, not as much in Oyster Bay, kind of fizzled by the time it got there. And again, back to the South Shore again, and you'll see here over an inch, Merrick, Belmore, into Massapequa, and then as you head into Suffolk, it starts falling. The numbers start decreasing. And there was a pop-up shower or two in Port Jefferson too, actually, that also affected Port Jefferson, and actually 0.83. There were a few pop-ups over there, 1.09. I think those were along a sea breeze front. What is this, Florida? Well, it sure feels like it, doesn't it? It sure feels like it. So let's look at the high-resolution satellite and take a look at the smoke that's over us. I do see less smoke over here, so I'm hoping maybe by Thursday maybe we'll see a little less smoke, but there's plenty more waiting in the wings. I'll be dealing with it again, and you can see here's that smoke heading off to Greenland from Quebec. It's pretty nuts with all this smoke. It really is. So let's look at the models, and we'll head into tomorrow. And unfortunately, we're going to continue with rain chances tomorrow. We're still in this boundary layer here. It's not until we get to Thursday that we get a little bit more of a break from it, but then we're back on Friday with more rain, with another low pressure system developing over us, and then that should bring a stronger cold front through for the weekend that'll hopefully put an end to this rain, at least for a little while. That's for sure. Before we get, which reminds me, let's go to our climate data for the day. At Islip, we were 1 degree above normal. Again, for the month now, we have 6.41 inches of rain. So I don't know what the record is for the rainiest July on record, but if we get more rain like the way it did, we might wind up breaking it. Central Park 4.70 for rainfall. Nothing crazy there, I guess. Newark 4.89. So we've definitely been above normal with the rainfall now, and I think the drought is pretty much over. Um, so not too much above normal today due to all the cloud cover. So let's go look at the HRRR model here, and go with the HRRR model, which we have most of it in. And as we head into tomorrow, you'll see here we go again. More showers and thunderstorms. Looks like it's developing another area of rain in the afternoon again for tomorrow. We thought we'd have a dry day tomorrow, but HRRR is saying we may see more heavy rain tomorrow. Believe it or not. Yeah, unfortunately. And then for Thursday, we finally get a break from it. It's just this front is just kind of stuck, washed over us. Again, there's not much of a jet stream to move it along, so it's kind of just stuck there. So here you go. Here we go into tomorrow. You're starting off with a north wind actually tomorrow, but then it shifts to the south. You can see this front is kind of just stuck here. You can see the drier air just can't get in here. All right. We get to Thursday. Even by Thursday, we still really can't get the drier air in. Then we go to an easterly flow on the HRRR model. So we just can't seem to get that dry air in. That front is just kind of washed out. Looking tonight, not going to drop that much. Maybe we'll see some upper 60s. And then tomorrow, it's probably not going to warm up that much. Again, with those showers sitting right in the middle of the day, highs probably early low 80s, and then those showers are going to hit, and it could be another rainy afternoon tomorrow, according to the HRRR. Unbelievable. And then we'll drop into the 60s tomorrow night, and then for Thursday, we'll have temperatures that are a little cooler with that easterly wind. It looks like it's showing only low. This only goes to 18Z. We'll probably only see low 80s, maybe some mid 80s in inland and areas, and that's about it. All right, this is what the HRRR is saying anyway, as far as what's going to happen with the weather. Let's go to the NAM model, which is our other model to look at for tomorrow. And I don't have enough of the 0Z, and that's the problem for that. But we can look and see what it's going to do with the rain tomorrow. And it looks like, again, look at this. Very active tomorrow. It's actually producing some severe thunderstorms, perhaps, in the early afternoon. I'm going to have to go look at the Storm Prediction Center. That is quite impressive. 19Z, which is around 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we would have these really heavy thunderstorms come into the area. Purples, I mean, that's some pretty substantial thunderstorm activity right there. That's the NAM, of course, but they're both agreeing on this idea of seeing some heavy thunderstorms. And then we finally get rid of it on Thursday. And these thunderstorms could produce a lot of rain. We'll go ahead and look at the total accumulated precip. Wherever they hit, look at that, up to 2 inches of rain possible for tomorrow. And it's just the air is so saturated with moisture. Look at the 0Z as well, NAM as well. 0Z not quite as intense with the storms, but still could bring us up to an additional inch of rain, which is quite remarkable. Again, I think it's because we have that unstable atmosphere. Let's look at our atmosphere for tomorrow. 18Z. Yeah. Yep. Look at that. Saturated all the way through. That's juicy. That's exactly the kind of atmosphere that could produce some strong thunderstorms. We'll have to watch for that. Speaking of that, let's go to the Storm Prediction Center, and we'll look at tomorrow. You can see there's the slight risk in the Dakotas, but let's move this to tomorrow. They don't have us in any kind of risk, but I don't know. Those models look pretty, considering the air mass, I think maybe it wouldn't be like severe criteria, but it could be a lot of heavy rain. We'll have to see what happens. I know that today we had a lot of just mainly heavy rain. It wasn't a whole lot of lightning with these storms, but it was some, but not a whole lot. But it was mainly the heavy rain. We may have to watch for some flooding again tomorrow, I think. And I'm wondering if they're going to put us in a flood risk. Let me go back to this for a minute. I think they're the ones that have the flood potential here, or maybe now it's the WPC, I think, that has it. It's the WPC. I think. Let's go to the WPC here. WPC. I think they're the ones that put that out. Excessive rainfall. All right. So tomorrow is July 19th. So let's see where they put us in. They don't have us in any excessive rain. I'm a little concerned that we could see that, though. So we're going to have to watch for that. with that atmosphere. Just considering how today turned out to be more active than we thought, so tomorrow could just as well turn out to be pretty active as well. Go to the GFS. It's the GFS, a lower resolution model, of course. But you see there's the rain showing up on there. We will look at the sky. This doesn't show the smoke, but you'll see plenty of clouds around tomorrow. Less clouds for Thursday. Will be a mostly sunny, clear day. I doubt it. And then Friday, maybe it's showing some sunshine. Oddly enough, it's showing sunshine on Friday, the GFS. We'll go to the RGM. You'll see the same thing. Plenty of clouds tomorrow. You'll see clouds kind of come in with those thunderstorms, and we're going to have an active day, I think, tomorrow. Thursday, hopefully, we can see some more sunshine. And maybe a little bit of lower humidity. Maybe. And again, the models don't agree on this, once again, with the humidity. So let's look at the GFS here for a minute. The dew points. Let's see if the GFS is... the GFS is now starting to agree with the HRP. You see that dry air is tantalizingly close. And if you go up to upstate New York like Albany, you're getting some dry air. But for us, we're going to still have some humidity around, though it won't be as high as it has been. Maybe we'll actually get the dew point below 70, maybe. Other than that, we see those dew points up there through Friday. We'll have to wait for the weekend to really get the dew points to come down. But they won't really come down all that much. You'll still see the kind of... You have very warm water. You have a front... There's not really much of a push in the atmosphere to really get this humidity out of here. It all boils down to that jet stream. And, just the way the jet stream is, if we, again, look at it, you'll see how wavy and diffuse it is. I mean, there's barely a jet stream even here at this point. So that's the problem. A little piece of it right there, but it's very disorganized. I mean, look at this. You can just barely trace it out. And it's also split. It's two different jet streams as well, and they're just extremely wavy and disorganized. And we're on the right side of this dip, which keeps us in the moisture. That's the problem. We want to be on the dry side of it. But we'll looking more into the long range. I think tomorrow we'll talk more about that. We got to focus on tomorrow as far as tomorrow's active weather threat goes. So let's go look at the Cape tomorrow, and move this to the 19th. So 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock. There is some Cape up there. 2 o'clock. There is some. Nothing crazy high. It's mostly over Jersey, but there's still enough around that, again, some of these storms could be on the strong side, though. I think it's mainly going to be the heavy rain threat, similar to what we had today with these storms. We'll have to see exactly how this all pans out tomorrow. It's very hard to tell at this point. Let's go to the smoke now and look at the vertically integrated smoke model, because we will be dealing with some smoke. Here we go. Vertically integrated smoke model. Showing the smoke over us tomorrow as well. Let's see. Maybe we get to Thursday. Maybe we finally can get rid of it a little bit. Yeah, we'll get rid of it a little bit on Thursday, I think. So we will get rid of it a little bit more by Thursday, I think. As far as the near-surface smoke goes, I think that should be when you'll see it. We still have it over us. You still see, yep, it's got it over us tomorrow. So near-surface smoke, thunderstorms, it's going to be pretty active tomorrow. I think that we'll have to see how this all pans out tomorrow. But tomorrow, like I said, could be pretty active. The smoke may wind up enhancing the thunderstorm activity, perhaps. We will have to see. But definitely be on alert with that. Definitely these conditions, models are indicating that we have an atmosphere that's still, very full of moisture. The more it rains, it almost is a vicious cycle. The more it rains, the wetter the ground gets. When the sun shines on the ground, it creates more moisture in the air, which it creates more storms. So it's almost like a vicious cycle, so to speak. But yeah, tomorrow looks kind of interesting, to say the least, with that. We'll have to see. Obviously, I don't have the latest NAM 3. Well, we have 21 hours. Let's see what the NAM... Oh, okay, so the NAM has really dialed it down now. So the NAM is now having all the activity over Jersey in the morning tomorrow, and then nothing. That's crazy. That's a crazy difference between the model run before and afterwards. So you can see the models are really having trouble handling this. We'll have to see. Maybe we won't get anything. Maybe we won't. Maybe we will. It's very, very hard to tell at this point what is going to happen. Very hard to tell. But as far as getting any dry air in here is concerned, we can look at the dew point on the NAM. You do see that it's going to be tough to get any dry air in here. But that is all for this weather update. And again, just I'm all tired. I'm tired of the smoke. I want to see some blue skies, but unfortunately, you can see the smoke look at this. It's all the way made it all the way down to Florida. I mean, unless you're in South Florida, maybe. I don't know what this is over here, but unless you're in South Florida, but if you're in the northern part, you're going to be dealing with smoke too. Place you have clear skies where it's hot. Actually, Texas, believe it or not, they may actually have some blue skies with those triple-digit temperatures. It's too hot. Oh, it looks like we got a wildfire in California. Is that California? It's actually Oregon. So, yeah, we have a wildfire now in Oregon. That's like so the West Coast is now starting to be active because it's been dry, it's been hot, everything's dried out. They did have a bloom of vegetation because of all the rain in the winter. Now it's dry, and it's all ready to go up. So get ready for more smoke. As the summer smoke continues. That's going to wrap up this weather update. Have a good night.